DSTV, SABC, or whatever else goes with it. But in life, there is always a choice. In sports, if you like me, you'll support Kaiser Chiefs and Manchester United. If you like someone else who does not have Christ, it's the Chiefs. They have not yet gotten the revelation. Because everything that God creates is good. Let's leave that. And so the TV constantly has choices. And even when you fly, you have a choice. Which airline are you going to choose? So the question I'm asking you this morning is, are you like Thomas, who said, unless I see, I will not believe? Or are you like John, who did not even need to go in because he knew his God has risen? Are you like Mary, who's looking for death in the place of the living? Which one are you this morning? He is alive. In the Corinthian church, there was many disputes. Paul constantly needed to tackle disputes of money, of flesh, of form of godliness without power. And so we see, even in the 21st century, that based on how we were brought up, based on our background, based on our interpretation, we make certain decisions. And so, sitting here in the room is somebody who says, I'm not so sure about this risen Lord. I am vacillating between whether heaven and hell is here. I'm saved, but I know the truth when I see on the cloud. That doesn't exist. There is those that are sitting who have a complete conviction that those that have seen him, they believe in him, and they believe his word. There are those that are here, are celebrating out of pleasing their conscience. But I'm not really fully convinced. They are still making a choice. Watch this. Paul says, if Christ has not risen, he says the very thing that we're doing is futile. It's senseless. It's of no use. It's maybe just a myth. So, the question I'm having for you today is, all you have, because you've not seen, is only faith. What is faith? Faith is the substance of things hoped for. You have a hope that is coming. But the conviction is the evidence of things you have not seen. Some of you have faith this morning to believe in the resurrected Lord. When you're about to lose your mind, do you have faith? When you're about to throw the towel in, do you have faith? When there are triggers that happen in your life, you have faith. When you're about to take that line or about to jump, do you have faith? Or are you waiting for Christ to appear to you like Mary? What separates Mary and John is their faith. John's faith says, I don't have to see the truth even, because he told me he will rise. Mary's faith is, I don't think he will risen. Let me know when I'm waiting. Thomas's faith is, this thing is over. Until I see, I will not believe. 3 versions, 1 truth. The resurrection of Jesus, child of God, it gives your faith purpose. I don't know this morning, what do you see when you look at the resurrection of Jesus? When you come to the tomb, what do you see? I know what we read in the Word, but what do you see? This morning I want to challenge your conviction to ask yourself, what do I see at the tomb? Watch me. Because based on what you see is how you are going to live your life. Oh, Jesus, that was deep. Based upon how you see the truth is how you're going to react to his presence. Based on how you see the story, your reference differently. So I asked you a question this morning. What do you see? Are you of those that say, no matter what I'm going through, I know he died, but he rose again? Are you of those that says, no matter how dark the storm gets, and Friday spoke about the cross, watching somebody die, it's difficult, it's hard, but do you have the assurance that says, I don't mourn like them without hope, because I know that Jesus is going to raise us all in time to come? Do you have faith when there's a long night? Not a particular time, but a season. It took us a yard there. Do you have faith in the midst of a long, dark night? Do you have faith even though you are sick in body that God can heal you? Or do you give up and say, whatever you want to do with my life, God, do it? You live by chance. Or do you live believing in his word? You see, child of God, it is one thing to believe and another thing to read. You can read, he healed, he fed 5,000. You can hear, he healed blind Bartimaeus. You can read about the woman of the issue of blood. But do you believe that in your context, he can do the same for you? If you do, then you are like John. I don't have to go in to know that it's listening. But if you are like Mary, you still living in the old. He's dead, and so let me just go and anoint him because I love him. Do you see 3 things? One truth. John never needed to go in because he had conviction before Jesus' ministry. In fact, when Jesus' mother Mary and Elizabeth were next to each other, he had the conviction. The Bible says, and he wanted to leap out because of the presence of Christ. What does John say when he sees Jesus for the first time here? He says, behold, the Lamb of God that taketh away the sins of the world. When he baptized Jesus, he was so afraid and scared, but Jesus said, you have to do it, John. John baptizes Jesus. And when he comes up, the Bible says the heaven opened. You know the story. The dove ascended like a dove. This is my servant whom I'm well pleased. I want you and I to be like John. Not only over this resurrection period, but for the rest of our lives. That though he slay me, yet will I serve. Even though I go through a midnight hour, I believe that my turnaround is not the way. We don't give up in the ring, but we fight till the end. To have the faith that says, even though I die from the sickness, even though I die from hunger or whatever it is, to say that though I die, yet will I be with him in paradise. That's the type of faith we need in society today. Did God raise Jesus from the dead this morning, child of God? Do you really love him the way you say you love him? Do you read the story as one of your novels on your shelves? Or do you read it as evidence to the conviction you have in your soul? Because if you read it as a story, I can guarantee you'll come short of faith. Another thing that the resurrection has come to do for us, it has come to dispel fear. The Bible says, for Paul says to Timothy, I don't have a spirit of fear, but I have power, I have love, and I have a sound mind. You have a sound mind because Christ has resurrected. So you have peace in the midst of the storm. That's why when the disciples were with Jesus in the boat, they still didn't have this revelation. Jesus said, do you not know who I am? So the question I'm asking you today, do you know who Jesus is in your life? When you're going through what you're going through, is Jesus present in your boat? Or are you depending on outside influences? The Bible says Jesus gets up and just to prove who he is, not for him, but for him, he says, please be still. But if you really have trust in Christ, you wouldn't worry. Even though the ship is rocking and the seas are bending against the boat. The Bible says, 1 John 4:19, it says, perfect love has come to cast out all fear. The resurrection of Jesus has given us the peace in the midst of storms. Perfect love casts out fear. I don't know what you're fearful of here this morning. Maybe it's your job. Maybe it's your career. Maybe it's your sick child. Maybe it's the next season you're going into. But I've come to tell you that perfect love casts out. This love that Christ has for us, that he was prepared to die, be buried, and rose again, is enough for us to cast out the fear. 1 Corinthians 15:55 says, death is love. It says, death, where is your sting? In other words, even if I die in my mortal body, my soul will forever be with Christ. Raise up your hand if you love the Lord this morning. Just look around you, there's no one that doesn't love the Lord. But if I say to you this morning, keep your hands up if you prepare to die and meet him today, then you will be there this morning. Our problem is we don't want to die. That means we won't be there. In the context of death. We want life so badly that we are even prepared not to go to Christ. That's what he says to me. Why do you see the living amongst the dead? We are so happy to be dead spiritually and rather be with him in life. So his resurrection has come to cancel fear. His resurrection is proof that even though we die, yet shall we live. Because the Bible says on Saturday, Silent Saturday, he went down to the grave and he went to take the keys from death and the grave. The resurrection of Jesus Christ, child of God, is what gives us power to forgive sin. None of us are going to be alive here this morning. None of us. But because of the resurrection of Jesus Christ, we are alive. Thank you, man of God. We are alive. This is what the Bible says in Psalm 77. I want you to see it nicely. It says, as far as the east is from the west, so far God has forgiven you. As far as his left hand was stretched on the cross, his right hand, so his mind will no longer conceive your sin. What the resurrection of Christ has done, it has allowed you to come out of sin, even though you're sinful. So you can be in sin because you are a sinner, but you can come out of a sinful life. When he said to Mary, why are you looking for the dead amongst the living? Or why are you looking for the living amongst the dead? He was saying to a man, you cannot conceive what I've just done. You're looking for tangible proof that I'm with you. Lord, I don't have a house in the estate. Lord, I don't drive a car she does. Lord, my children don't do well. Those are proofs. living amongst the dead. Let's move on. The Son of God, who is Jesus Christ, came to be the Son of Man. And the Son of Man died so that you and I can be sons and daughters of God. Because of sin, we were separated from God. Do you agree? So the Son of Man needed to become the Son or the man of Son so that we could be adopted and so that we could go back to God. Remember when I taught and I said to you when he cried out, Father, why have you forsaken me? That was because there was so much sin that God could not even intervene at that stage. Let me show you something else. The parallel to that is where he says to Mary, don't touch me. Because I've just taken up all the sun, and if you touch me, I'm going to do it again. So he says, don't touch me. Because I haven't ascended, Mary. Because when I ascend into heaven, I'm going to send the helper. And although you will live in sin, you don't have to live a life of sin. Watch this. And so Jesus now was a boy who confounded scholars. He was a man who calmed the seas, a man who healed blind Bartimaeus, a man who protected a prostitute in a last and desperate moment. He was the man who spoke to the woman at the well and told her, I know everything about you. He was the same man that rose Lazarus from the dead after 4 days. It was the same man that Herod could not kill. It was the same man that Satan could not stand. It was the same man that sinners resisted. Give me Barabbas, in other words, give me sin. I don't want Jesus because Jesus is salvation. Sinners resisted him, but death could not destroy him. The grave could not hold him. The Bible says he is Adam's redeemer. They call him Abel's vindicator. He's known as Abraham's sacrifice. He's known as David's musical deliverer. Because when Saul was sick, they called for David, and he played a harp, and he healed Saul. He's known as Joshua's badass. Don't be afraid, Joshua, I will go with you. He's Jeremiah's balm in Gilead. He is Samson's power. He is Solomon's wisdom, this morning, child of God. He is Joseph's wisdom, the one who moved Joseph from pit to palace. He is the one who wrestled with Jacob and broke his hip. He is the one who said to Joseph, stand still and see the salvation of God. I mention all of these things because I want to ask you a question this morning. Who is he to you? It's one thing to read it, but if I gave you the mic and said, who is he to you? Would you be able to talk? If you have no testimony of who Christ is to you, I would encourage you, get to know him a little bit more. Because your very existence is proof that Christ lives. Your very being is proof that Christ lives this morning. I don't want to be long. In fact, I'm done. With every head bowed and every eye closed this morning, who is Christ to you as we get ready for communion? Christ has risen from the dead, and he is Lord. Jangan